Okay, today we're going to measure out these samples. So that's all I got. So since this is all I got, shouldn't take very long actually to roast them. I'll probably split a bag between each roaster. So it'll be about 6 roasts. Actually, yeah, about 6 roasts. So that'll probably take me an hour and a half, maybe 2 before the rain gets here. So let's start off with the Ethiopia Sadamo Organic Worku Buche G1 Natural. Okay, after that one, I'll do the Columbia Sierra Nevada Azobiopas Organic EP. Organic green Colombian Arabica coffee. We'll try that one second. And as a side note, I think it says in here somewhere there's 300 grams. So I'm splitting it into 150 each to put in each roaster. So that shouldn't really take as long as normal, because I usually go about 180 when I've got a big supply of beans. Okay, there's my Ethiopians. I'll put some in the bag. I'm gonna put them all in the bag here and keep them all separate. So right now I got the Colombian cooking, so we'll go check on it. Then I guess the next one I'll do is this Tanzania Organic Kilimanjaro. Okay, now I'm gonna do some Ethiopian Organic Gachefe Celeste, whatever, G2 Natural Organic Green Ethiopia Arabica Coffee from the 2024 harvest crop year. So that will be next after the Tanzania seeds are done. People call these beans, but they're actually seeds. They come out of a little cherry looking thing, little cherry berry. Yeah, part of the process is doing this. I'll take this off, get a hair dryer that I got, kind of blow some of the holes off. Good on this one. Bring that back right here. You can see them blow off. Getting over there, I have to sweep that out before I can tear them in the house. That's the kind of the pre-stage that I do before they get completely done, and then I'll put them in front of that with I got a little basket down there and try to get the rest of them off. Cool them down first though. You got to cool them down because they're really hot. That's part of the process. Okay, this is the Tanzanian beans. And a while ago my sound wasn't working well because I didn't have my holly lamb. But I can take this and kind of get them pre-pulled, as it were. And I might cool them down a little bit, but not with a hot air dryer, not as much as what you'd think. They're kind of, just a few minutes into them. They've already went through one crack. They're cracking now, so usually they do 2 cracks. There is a city roast, which is between the first crack and second crack, from my understanding. I think that's the terminology. And then there's a full city, which is when you gets past the second crack, but you don't get completely way past it. I think that's called a French roast, where they really roast them past the second crack and they look real woolly and all that. Now I might be wrong, don't hold me to it. If I am, I guess if I put this out, then I'll make a note across the screen and let you know what the exact ones are. But if I'm correct, I won't do that. I believe that's the way it is. There's city and full city. I believe the full city is when it gets past the second crack, which I do a city, full city. Some of them get past the second crack, And if they do, they don't get too far past it. So it's kind of a city, full city blend is what I usually go for. So we got those. I'm probably gonna let these get a little darker. They're not that dark yet. Now, you know, it all depends on what you like. I like mine to have some dark and some light in there. So these are, you know, they're a little dark. They're city. They're a city blend right now, if you want to call it that, but not quite a full city. First of all, I'm gonna show you my shirt. Hey Jeff, if you're watching, great show. Jeff Allen puts on the best comedy show, bar none. As far, in my opinion, it's a good. It's not any profanity that would. I mean, you could carry your kids. I mean, he may touch in a few areas, but he won't use any profanity. He's a great entertainer and just a great story. I think he's got a new book out. Give you another plug there, Jeff. But anyway, I'm using these Hollyland microphones, so you should be able to hear me better. A while ago I was trying it and you could not tell what the heck I was saying every time I turned around, but these I can turn around or whatever, so I recommend these Hollyland. And I've had some other ones and they worked okay, but they just didn't. I think I've got it on the green light now, which I think is it eliminates some of the background noise. I don't know, I guess I could try it to see if the difference is. Let's try that. Okay, so that's without the elimination, I believe. which would, can you hear this? Anyway, I'm gonna go back. I think I had it right, so I wanna make sure for my video I have the background noise eliminated. But these are about right. These are about ready. I'm gonna do one more pre-round trying to get the holes off that have cooked off. These are all pretty much, these are between city and full city. And these are pretty close to being full city. So by the time I get these off and mix them together and they quit cooking, because they keep roasting even after you take them off until you get them cooled down. I think they're gonna be a good full city mix. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these off. Use my handy dandy funnel there. And this is just a technique that I came up with. I keep that back on there because I'm about to put some Ethiopia on here. This is a technique, I worked on this for quite a while. I didn't even use my funnel then, did I? I've worked on these quite a while on doing this, and that's kind of the technique I've come up with to cool them down. I tried everything. And I blew a lot of these seeds. I call them seeds because they come out of a little cherry thing, and they're probably more of a seed than a bean, but people call them beans. Call them whatever you want to. And this is kind of the way I do it. Grab this thing and hold it real tight so it don't blow the beans out or seeds. And then I kind of move it around to get some of those holes that blow off out. So, kind of my technique I've developed, and there's nothing like fresh roasted, I'll just call them beans, everybody else calls them beans, seeds, coffee seeds. There's nothing like fresh roasted coffee beans, seeds, whatever. You gotta let them, I let them age though for about a week before I grind them up and use them. That's probably cool enough there. And like I said, I grab them like this, and there's probably better ways. I think you can get some, probably buy some baskets or something to put them in that'll grab it. I think there's like a vacuum thing that some of these people use in their machines that do all of it. You know, professional roasters, they got a thing, they go over a grid and they have like a vacuum that, I guess, sucks all the holes off. This gets it pretty clean though. I don't encounter too many holes when I'm actually making my coffee. So final process. This is quality control, folks. Get whatever remaining ones, kind of revolve it around and just barely get this up there to get any holes that stick into the screen mesh. Try not to blow any out, so I'll go in and get the Ethiopians now and we'll try those. Okay, the seeds I'm about to put on now are from Ethiopia. So, got them over here. What's up, puppies? How y'all doing? I got the best assistants around. I got Sophia and Etta. How you doing, Etta? Sophia's she's hearing challenged. She doesn't hear. That's our little Frenchton. Then Etta, she's just our little pug that runs the show. Ain't that right, girl? Let me get you some eye drops. We got these Ethiopians on and gonna roast them for, like I say, probably about 11 minutes. And then I'll check them. I'll usually put a timer on. About 11 minutes, then I start looking at them a little closer and monitoring them. That's been kind of my rule of thumb. Now, if it's a cooler, like if I do this in November or something, sometimes I have to go 15. You kind of learn as you go along, and I'm about to get like a 150-pound bag of seeds in pretty soon. So I'll have pretty much a lot longer stretch of roasting when I do it. I usually spend an afternoon at least, a couple days, a couple afternoons roasting. Then you kind of dial it in a little bit better. These are all samples, and just trying to get a feel for some of them and see which other ones I really like. Whatever my wife likes too, then that depends on how you're roasting them. We tend to like a full city blend, which is, there's 2 cracks that these seeds go through. The first crack is usually around 10 minutes or so by rule of thumb. And then you might have another one somewhere 16 minutes or so. So you hardly ever go over 20 minutes for sure. If you do, then you get a real dark roast, which I think is called a French roast. And it's probably what some of these coffee shops use, because there's one that won't say the name. It starts with a star, I believe, or some type of planet, and they ride horses and get bucked off a lot. But anyway, they have something that's really dark and kind of strong for me. This is, like I say, it's kind of in between. I try to do a blend between what they call city and full city. And city is people that go through the first crack and it's real light. It's a light roast. And supposedly that's supposed to have more caffeine in it, actually. And then if you get to the second crack, now you're getting into the full city. And I usually let most of them get to the second crack in like half of them. And then the other one, it's getting close to the second crack, and they might get a few of them in there. So that way it's kind of a city, full city, probably more full city than city, but I try to get a good mix in a batch. And it just seems like it's a good roast for me. You may want to try it. Anyway, we'll be back in a little bit. So these only been on about 6 minutes. I started them around 1300 hours. So I'll probably go ahead and do a little pre-cleaning of the holes. You can see them come off there pretty good, but they're nowhere near done. They hadn't even gone really to the first crack yet. You gotta be careful. You don't want to cool them off too bad before they get to the first crack. You can stall them that way, so you gotta be very careful. I probably should wait till after they go through the first crack, actually, but we'll see. Hopefully I didn't just stall them. Okay, I didn't just stall them. And I'll get this other mic out. Maybe you can hear. I don't know if you can hear them popping or not, but they're going through a crack. They're getting cracked right now. Yeah, you can hear this one. It's almost like popcorn. Yeah, I've got tinnitus, or tinnitus, so it's a little bit harder for me to hear. But yeah, they're going through the first pop. Now you can really hear it. Yeah, you can really hear it now. So some of them may be getting close to the second crack, but that's what it sounds like. I might have been hearing things a while ago. Man, I was hoping to be able to get this done before any rain come in. It's showing that we're not supposed to get rain for a couple hours, but you know how weather is. Unpredictable in Tennessee. In that case, I'll have to abort the mission and start trying to get all this stuff in as fast as possible, including this little tent thing I've got going on. Okay, now I'm gonna do a preliminary cleaning of the hulls again. Blow a few of them off. Those are about right. I don't know if you can see them, but those are, some of them are gone through the second crack. These two, these are caught up, so they're ready to come off. These are all ready to come off. So I need to get my bucket going. Pour these off before they get too done. I've got a couple more rounds I'm gonna try to get done before the rain comes in. This is a short day of this. So, all right. Okay. All right, cooling off. Now I'm getting a few of the hulls off too, that's blowing off. Maneuvering this around a little bit. I don't know if you can see that or not. Kind of move that around, and as those hulls blow up against the screen, helps clean them off a little bit while I'm cooling them. This cools them off pretty fast, this Bauer blower. And I've had several blowers too, so kudos to Bauer blowers if you need a good blower. I think I got that one at Harbor Freight. Yeah, you can see all the hulls in there. I'm gonna have to blow them off. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna move this around as it blows them and try to get rid of them. As they hit the screen, I'll move the screen, and then the air will blow it off the screen. Hopefully, that's the plan anyway. If it doesn't stick to my basket too bad, but you can see it sticking to those, and that's kind of my method that I've come up with. I've seen other people do different things, and I happen to have these utensils around the house, and said, I wonder if that'll work. Maybe I can market something similar sometime. I don't know. It's just, like I said, there's other companies that I guess they have some type of vacuum or something that you can put these over, and it'll hard enough that it'll suck the hulls off, but it won't, suck the bean through, because you're going to have to have it screen or whatever small enough not to get the beans. See, there went several beans right there. Got to be careful, you lose beans. And I'm not about losing any beans after working this hard to get them. Beans, seeds, whatever I'm calling them today. So that's pretty clean. So put this back on, let it start warming back up for the next round of seeds. And then I'm gonna turn this. And like I said, see, there's that's what I'm blowing off when I go do my second round of quality control. I mean, that's what it is, quality control. But basically, I have three or four rounds of getting these hulls off, so they're pretty clean. I have to say so myself. I do a pretty good job getting all the hulls off. I just blew a couple beans or seeds out. There's some more. I gotta be careful. Anyway, there's what you got. I think it looks pretty good. What do you think? There's some pretty good looking seeds there to make some coffee with. All right. Take them in, go get some more. Got 2 more rounds. Okay, these are some more Ethiopia beans. I'll have to go and find the bag. Let's see what time it is. Okay, about 20 after. The ones we just roasted were the Ethiopia organic, whatever that is. Yirgacheffe Shaleche G2 Natural, whatever. So I'm gonna go put them in this bag. I'll go grab the other ones. And yeah, I'm in here right now in the kitchen. This is how good that microphone works. You can pick me up in the kitchen while I'm putting my beans up, even though my camera is out on the deck. Now, if I had 2 cameras, that'd be really cool to show you that. But the next Ethiopia that I just put on were the organic Guji Binti Neka G2 washed. Organic Guji Binti Neka G2 washed from 2024 crop. Well, like I said, we got plenty of them. But I'm saving the Peru. Hopefully we'll have time to get the Peru done. I've got some from Peru that has been my most successful that I've used. That and Honduran have been some of the best coffees that I've made. Of course, I've only been in this a couple of years, so it's not like I'm a big pro or anything. Okay, after these will be my final roast of the day, which is from Peru, 2025 year, and Amazonas Organic G1 Swiss Water Decaf. Oh no, I forgot those were decaf. Well, I need a good decaf, so I thought I'd go ahead and, I remember now, I grabbed some Peru to see if it's better decaf. But yeah, that'll be my last roast for today. So I'll get that together and we'll do that last. Okay, this last Ethiopian is, before I do my decaf, not quite got to the first crack yet. So we're working on that, and not bringing me a hull, so I don't have to do any preliminary blowing. I think I heard one. I think I heard a crack. So it's getting there. This will be my last of the caffeinated roast before I do a decaf of the Peru. Okay, it's overcast sky enough. I think I hear some thunder going, so I'm getting my little canopy down. Oh, I guess that's a jet. Oh, good. I thought that was... Either way, I do know that it's about to start storming here within an hour probably, so I'll go ahead and get this taken off, put away. Because I'll have enough stuff with my roasters and everything to put up when it all starts if I don't get done beforehand. Yep, that's what I'll have to do. That's cool. It's cool. Let me see if I can get it. Yeah, got it all down. Just gotta disassemble it. It'll be all cool. And I can do it while I'm waiting for those to finish roasting. Okay, I can hear them going through the first crack now. Unless I missed the first crack. But I think it's the first crack. It could be a second crack. Yeah, I don't want to stall them, but I don't think I'm going to stall those. So I can go ahead and do the preliminary cleaning of the hose. These took a little longer than normal. I mean, normally like 11 minutes usually I can start doing it, but it's been about 13 minutes. And it's according to the moisture, I guess, in the seeds, beans, seeds, whatever you want to call them. I know they're commonly called beans, but if you've watched any of my other videos, you know I have a problem with some terminologies people start adopting that are incorrect and they're continued on. So you watch some of my other videos about different subjects I won't get into here, but yeah, people have taken terms and pretty much changed them however they wanted to. You can go find that all over the place, but anyway, I'll get off of that. All right, so these are pretty much full city within themselves. It's not really, these are more full city, I can tell. Now this has got a seed still stuck in there. I don't want that to sit there and turn into a French roast seed. So here we go. And I spilled a few out. Guess I'll get them later. Anyway, so again, we do the cooling process. Get them cool so that, because they keep roasting for a while if you don't cool them pretty close to where you want them. That's another trick, I guess, if you want to call it that. There's a lot of people more experienced than me on here, on YouTube and other social media. Probably have a lot more experience than me. Maybe they can add, if you've done this before, then please feel free to leave a comment. That's for sure. I don't mind having some instruction. That's how I learned. It's from other folks more than I do books a lot of times. For roasting beans, I won't get into all that. I keep trying to, but I'm not going to. We're roasting beans, and I'm doing the best. Or seeds, coffee seeds. I'm doing my best. Got one more round before the rain starts here, I believe. So I'm trying to get these done. Actually, I usually have already put them on. So I may go do that since I've got those cooled. Here are those Peru seeds I told you about that are decaf. And yeah, we got them going. So let's see my time, 13:36. So about 10 minutes from now, we'll do my last little quality control here, get the rest of this hose off of these. And again, these are the Ethiopian organic Guji, and I'll let you know how good they are once I try them. Like I say, it'll be about a week. I let them age about a week. They get gases and stuff. You gotta let the gas off out of the bag if you close them. And this is a 2024 crop, but doesn't look too bad. That's a full city blend is what I call that, and I think that's what that's called. And pretty good looking seeds. There's a couple of them probably got busted up. That's probably from, I can show you something that probably went through a second crack. Just a little bit, not quite as pretty. Just blown it up a little bit more. But that's some good flavor. Okay, we're doing our last round of roasting, and those look pretty good. These are decaf. They don't get as shiny. I guess it's something to process. Now I always get the naturally decaf. They go through a natural process. It doesn't use chemicals. That's what I always get. And that's what they tell me is that, so there's hardly any holes or anything on these, on this decaf. So when I just dropped that, I hope I didn't break it, but anyway. So that's what we got there. So maybe we're gonna beat the rain that's coming. I guess I could turn these off now. Let them start cooling. All right, so cool these down. Like I said, I gotta hold them a certain way because they're hot. I don't want to grab the bottom of this because I could probably withstand it and not get burned too bad, but I'm kind of refrain from getting burned if I can help it. You understand? So there aren't hardly any holes on this. I'm just basically cooling them. There's not hardly any holes coming off this decaf seeds, roasted coffee seeds. Yep. They come in a little cherries when I say that. They come in a little cherry, a little red looking cherry is how they originally come. These seeds, basically. They call them beans. I don't know. I mean, they call green beans, and they come in a little case, so I don't know. I'm just going with what I had read, and they said that they're actually seeds. Now, can I believe everything I read? No, I don't think so. I'm getting more and more. I don't believe half the stuff I read. Well, not quite that much, but a lot of the stuff I read. So we're done for today. We got these Peruvian beans, and I'll take it inside and show you the package for them. Oh, that's right, I already have. I think I did already. Yeah, I did. Okay, so we're done here. I'm just got to clean up. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something. I think I did. Okay, here's all the roasting from today. There's the organic Ethiopia. There's some more Ethiopia organic. That's that weird name. You're a chef or whatever. And then we got the Columbia Sierra Nevada. I don't know if I'm putting this where you can see it or not. Have to put it right there. So, Columbia Sierra Nevada, Tanzania, and then the other Ethiopian. And then I'm about to put these Peruvian decaffeinated coffees in their bag. Like I say, we'll probably wait about a week before we try them. You know, week to 10 days. Really, I don't know. Some people say 2 weeks. I say at least a week. I keep them in a pretty good environment. I keep them in a dark, you know, our pantry in there. So, and I go in every so often and I'll let some of these gases that build up off of them. So I hope you enjoyed roasting beans today. Have a good one. Hope you had a great Memorial Day weekend. Check out some of my other videos. Please like and share and subscribe and all that good stuff, and help out the algorithms. Like I say, check out some more of my videos. I'm kind of eclectic. We're eclectic, as you might have noticed in our house. We got a little bit of everything, and I'm eclectic in what I make videos about. I make videos about things that I find that maybe aren't the way they're presented. I have a lot of those because I think there's a lot of deception in this world. But with this, you see what I did. So I call them seeds. That's about the only thing that I would say that might be some type of misunderstanding or deception. But have a good one. See you later. Hope you enjoyed. Well, I know one thing. I didn't get done none too soon. Just barely got most of this stuff in the house, and it's already starting to come down. Puppies need to come get your toys. Get your toy there, buddy.